Welcome to my class. Today we will be baking savory tart, onion quiche. To make a quiche, first thing we need to know how to make a quiche dough. Now we have some ingredient over here is for the quiche dough. We have salt, flour, water, egg yolk, cornstarch, and butter. So the step is easy. First you mix in all the dry ingredients. And then add in the egg. After the eggs, put in the butter. At last, we add in the water. Then we're going to use a paddle to mix it. To make a nice quiche dough, the key is you have to make it a little bit undermixed. So you cannot mix too much so that they will have some flaky texture. If you mix too much, the butter will fully combine with the flour, then it will be a solid dough. If you mix a little bit under, it will have some flaky because the butter is uneven. So once it's slightly formed up a dough, then you have to stop it immediately to prevent it overmix. In this stage, you will still see there's some butter lumps in everywhere. So that is the correct texture. Once the dough is already done, then it will become like this kind of texture. So you need to put it on the parchment paper and then knead it by using hand. Here I have 2 stainless steel bars which is 3 mm thickness. Put it on the top and the bottom. Place another piece of paper, then you turn it the other side. Use the rolling pin to flatten it. So this one, try to make it into a square or maybe a round size so that you can get a bigger size for you to line the tart ring. And do the same thing. After you're done with this, remove the stainless steel and open it. So you will see it's actually uneven texture on the surface. This is the texture that we're looking for. Okay, get ready a round ring which is around 2 inches high with a seal pan. Then we're going to start lining. The dough in the beginning is a little soft because the butter is uneven. So we put it in. And line it at the side. It will be a little sticky because the butter. And then get a knife, trim the excess. So the excess you can keep in the fridge for the next quiche. So for this part, you can start press it and line it nicely. It's important because we need to use the mat. Seal pan is important. It's very good for the dough because of the quality and the texture, so that we can get very flat tart shell. Okay, after done lining, we do some final touch up to ensure that every single part is same thickness. It might look a little bit rough on the surface, but this is the texture will give us very good taste because of the flaky and the flavor. Now this is ready. Okay, now I have prepared a baking tray. I'll transfer the quiche on the tray and put some baked beans, stainless steel baked beans in it to avoid it out of shape. Make sure you fulfill with the beans. After fulfilled with the beans, now we can put it in the oven to bake it. The temperature will be 170, 15 to 17 minutes. For the quiche filling, I have decided to use onion. Onion gives very good crunchy texture, plus some cooked onion, it gives some sweetness. It will increase the sweetness, so it makes the entire quiche taste very perfect. So now I'm gonna slice the onion. Just a roughly slice. So 2 onions should be enough. Sometimes I like to slice the onion in uneven size so that I can have some different texture in the mouth. Okay, after this, put all inside the pot. Okay, and we on the heat. We add some olive oil inside. So that the flavor will be better. Stir well with the olive oil. Make sure you press all the onion. Let them become piece by piece, not in a big chunk. And then put 2 pinches of salt and 2 pinches of pepper. When you hear the sizzling sound, then you can start stir it. So this might takes a little time, approximately maybe 5 minutes for the cooking. You have to cook until the onion slightly turns soft. Then only we add in some water to make the onion turn softer. So in this stage, you will start to smell some aroma from the onion. Now maybe you still feel a little bit of too strong, but after some while, it will smell some sweetness. Now that is the time. So I add in some water. Okay, let it cook for a while. So you cook until it turns a little brown color. Alright, you can see the onions start to turn brown and it's getting softer. By this time, you should have smelled some sweetness from the onion. The longer you cook, the sweeter it will be, and the softer it will be. We need maybe a little bit more. So all the way long, I'm using maximum heat to cook this because I don't want it to lose too much of moisture from the onion. Okay, if you saw this kind of texture, then it's ready. So we can off the heat. After cook the onion, now I need to prepare the quiche filling. So these are the ingredients. We have salt, nutmeg powder, cream, fresh milk, and eggs. This is pretty easy. You just need to combine everything and make sure it's stirred well. So now I put in the eggs, fresh milk, and the cream. Nutmeg powder, and the salt. We will use the wicks to break the eggs first, then we will mix well. I will recommend to use hand whisk so that it won't form up too much of bubble. Okay, after stir well, then you may pour it into a jug. At this stage, I believe your quiche already done. So I already removed the ring and the baked beans. So now, here we have the onion that we fried just now and the quiche filling. I extract 2 more ingredients, which is Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese. So I will show you how to assemble all the stuff. First, we put in all the onion inside. The onion should be soft and transparent, so it will taste sweet. First, you put half of the layer, and then we will put some mozzarella cheese in between. Not too much, or else the texture will be too sticky. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese in the center. Not too much, because later we're going to do the same thing on the surface. So now we pour in the quiche filling. So make sure it's 90% full, because after bake, it will sink. The filling will become lesser. So now we sprinkle a little bit of the Parmesan cheese on the surface. Okay, now this is ready to bake. I'm going to bake it in 180 degrees around 25 minutes. This is the final look of the onion quiche.